What an amazing morning. Goodness, I think it's almost 50 degrees out here. Try not to get you too dizzy. Almost about 50, a little over 50 degrees out here in Florida, which is, last year was really super cold, but anyhow, I'm kind of digging the cool weather. First thing in the morning, I like sitting outside doing my prayers and just sitting in the cold weather. But today, when I think about what I'm grateful for, it's you. It's everybody that I have in my Facebook feed. You know, over the years, I've built up quite a following from my podcast and other things that I have going on in my life. And I always bounce right around between 4,800 to 5,000. And then what I do is I go in and I skim through some of the folks that are just negative people, and I get rid of them. The ones that are really negative. If you ever scroll through my Facebook feed of the friends that I have on Facebook, and you'll see that it's people from all walks of life. One thing you will notice though is it's 99% women. I mean, excuse me, 99% men. I have very few women that are actually friends on Facebook. Quite a few women do follow me, but I don't have them as friends, so I don't see their feeds when they pop up. That's just a personal preference. That's a suggestion that I got directly from Aaron Walker that he does, because Aaron serves men. Aaron has masterminds with men, and I do the same. I have masterminds with men. I have a group of men, the Men of Abundance community, and I'm now building the Abundance and Prosperity Mastery community. And that's off Facebook. I'm building that on a membership site that's off Facebook. So I'll be getting other folks in there that are not on Facebook. Ladies, if you want your men to have a better relationship with you, enjoy their work more, have a better relationship with your children, your family, and everybody else, and just live a life of abundance and prosperity in family, faith, finances, and fitness, then introduce them to me somehow. Get them on my podcast, the Men of Abundance podcast, and I will introduce them to the Abundance and Prosperity members group. Now, why am I thankful and grateful for all of you that I have here on Facebook and my social media in general? The reason is because I posted something. I watch other people's feeds, and I saw a post that basically said, if you scroll through my feed, you'll see that it says, I saw the post that said, what groups separate our society most? What groups in our society take away or separate within our communities? And on that other guy's feed, there were just so many negative, just deeply negative and just mean-spirited comments. It was just unbelievable. So I thought, well, I like to be positive, so I'm going to post on my feed what groups bring us closer together. And I got some good comments on that one. Then I thought, you know what, I wonder what will happen if I put a similar feed on my Facebook feed that says something to the nature of basically the same as the other one. What groups separate us? What groups take away from our society? And man, there were some lighthearted clowns that went on there and made all kinds of funny comments and stuff like that. And that's why I like the people that are in my group, that are in my feed, that are on Facebook. Yeah, you feed off other people's hatred. Brandon, I dig that, man. I know you, and I get that, and I know a lot of other people do. I used to say when I was in 82nd Airborne Division, for instance, and I would be on ruck marches, forced ruck marches with, 50, 60, 80 pounds on my back. I hated doing that. I hated forced ruck marches. I hated that with a passion because I have really bad feet. And I used to feed off other people's weakness. When they were bitching and moaning and crying, it was like it was energy for me. It fed me, because what it told me was they were sucking worse than I was. Even though my feet were on fire, at some point they finally went numb, and then I could just keep going. And as a medic, when we would stop, we had to keep attending to the men and checking their feet and making sure they were healthy and drinking water and all that kind of stuff. So I would never stop moving, because once I stopped moving, it would suck. So I kind of get what you're saying, Brandon, in that you feed off other people's hatred. I don't know that I feed off other people's hatred, and I don't know that I still feed off their weaknesses. I try to lift people up more in that mindset. But I totally get what you're saying, because I know I used to feed off people's weakness so strongly, so much, to keep me going. But anyhow, man, I dig everybody that's in that's following me on Facebook and on Instagram. I'm also on Instagram pretty heavily. I'm in Rally Point. For those of you that are veterans, if you're not in Rally Point, you should go check that out. It's all veterans in there, and you can subscribe to different groups. Tony, what's going on, man? Nice to see you. And yeah, there's still a lot of hatred. There's still a lot of hatred on some of the posts that I put up. But you know what? Like I said, I like communicating with a lot of different types of people. Political views, personal views, all that kind of stuff, because it keeps my mind sharp. It keeps me abreast of what's going on in the world, and I just like to see all the different comments and thought processes, because I like studying people. I've always been a people watcher. Ever since I was a teenager, I used to go to the mall, and I used to hang out at the mall and just watch people. And I still enjoy doing that. It's just kind of creepy now that I'm older. So my wife's always like, stop staring. But I'm just amazed at what people do and how they interact with each other. So one other thing I want to say real quick, just my little public message: get off social media, get into a meetup group, go out and meet people face to face, say hi, touch each other, not that way. You know, shake hands, get a big hug, and just sit down and have a face-to-face conversation with each other. It just makes a huge difference in all of our lives. It's a proven fact that human beings need human interaction. It's a proven fact from infancy. With I know if you haven't heard of this study, look it up. When infants are isolated, they don't thrive. They don't thrive at all. But when infants are held, even when volunteers go and to nursing homes, to where infants are at that don't have their parents or whatever, when they're held and they're hugged and they're cuddled, they thrive. They thrive. Even the sick ones, they thrive. They get better, because we as humans need human interaction, and we need human touch. Kyle, what's going on, man? You and I need to get back on the phone and start collaborating and talking some more. I got so much amazing stuff going on. I'd love to see where you're at. All right, everybody, I'm out. I'm gonna go back to the house and get to work. Got some people to call today, but I'll talk to y'all later. Take care.